Hey guys, before we get started on this episode, we wanted to let you know that we are going to be starting March 1st. We will be having a Patreon, which will be linked in our description for our March reviews. And we wanted to let you know that we are going to get that started. And so you can kind of prepare, and maybe that's something that you would be interested in. And there will be different levels to accommodate everyone that is interested. And we hope that you guys check it out. Now on with the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, but we do upload the video version to our YouTube channel, so you can check that out. My name is Vetta, and as always, I am joined by my brother, Matt.
Hey, you guys.
And this month's theme is movies with Valentine's Day in the title. So today we are doing the movie actually called Valentine's Day, which is great because for those of you that have looked at your calendars, happy Valentine's Day.
Well, Valentine's Day is tomorrow when we post.
I know, but it's the closest thing to it
right
to
on.
say
As
happy
Valentine's
Day to them,
right.
to everyone. I don't want to be a dick and next week after it's done and passed, I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, happy Valentine's Day. It's just our theme this month.
Right on.
So, and I don't know why I talked like
that. Because it's fun.
Right, for sure. Alrighty. So we are doing Valentine's Day. Had you seen this movie before?
No.
You hadn't?
No. This was the first time.
This is like the cast of cast. Somebody has like blackmail on all of these people. It's like A-listers upon A-listers, or they're married to A-listers. It's crazy, this cast.
Right on.
I mean, it's like, I will just say the best description I can think of for this movie is it's a hot mess. It's all over the place. There's a ton of storylines and they jump from one to the other. Right on. It's like you're on an elevator and the kid just went to all of the buttons. You're going everywhere.
Gotcha. Right on. Yeah, no, I this movie, like all the storylines, I was trying to connect them. Now, before we get started, did you try to guess who was connected to who and what was going on where and all that stuff? Or
well, I had already seen it and I don't remember from when I originally seen it.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, they do a little connecting and everything, but oh my God. Okay, I blame it on the alcohol. What are you drinking?
Oh,
the
no
most important question after what movie we're doing, and I just totally blew it.
It's totally fine. It's not that big a deal. Okay, so I am doing I did it last episode too, but I was going to do it this episode also. I'll change it up for next week, don't worry. But I am having what is called a Valentine's Day cocktail, and it's basically vodka and cranberry juice, and then you put like grenadine in it and a little bit of sparkling wine or whatnot. But instead of using cranberry juice and vodka separately, I used a Monaco cranberry and everything. It's delicious.
It's already pre-mixed for you.
Yeah, a small piece of me is like, should I try the cranberry and vodka to see if it's different? But I was like, I don't know. This is already delicious. So I'm like, I'm just going to stick with it. It's fine.
It's not broke. Don't fix it.
Ain't that the truth?
I am doing a love martini.
Nice.
Which is a ton of alcohol. It has Malibu rum, peach schnapps, vodka, and cranberry juice in it. And as you can tell by the color, and then grenadine. As you can tell by the color, it was a splash of cranberry and a little bit more of the grenadine. It just,
I get it. It's totally cool.
It's supposed to have a sugared rim and a strawberry. I'm not gonna lie. No. I just
right on. No. Yeah, mine's supposed to have raspberries in it, but
I'm just kind of like, this isn't a fucking bar and I'm not charging, $12 for this shit. So
ain't that the truth, sister?
Okay. That's good.
Right.
That's
good. That's so good. That's tasty. Okay.
That's a delight. Why is it in a martini glass? That should just be in a regular big glass. Oh,
right on.
Like candy.
So it starts off right. So
Well, it takes place on Valentine's Day.
It does. This whole movie takes place
Whole
within
movie.
24 hours, which I
Not
don't
even.
know.
What is it? It's like maybe 16 hours.
Right.
tops.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I personally do not care for movies that do this kind of thing where it takes place in a short period of time. But at the same time, I wasn't like pissed off about it. You know what I'm saying?
And they had to do it in a short amount of time because they have 20 different storylines.
Right.
Can't take too long.
Which
do you like Valentine's Day?
Do I like Valentine's Day?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I love Valentine's Day.
It's my favorite holiday. Like my house looks like it was thrown up on by pink, red, and hearts.
Yeah,
all this month. Like it's not even a wait for Valentine's Day. Like the minute the Christmas decorations go down, the Valentine's Day explodes on the house.
Yeah, I love Valentine's Day. It's like the best. I love love. So
and I hate people that are all like, it's a commercial holiday. It's a holiday to tell the people you love them. Shut the fuck up. Why are you so cynical?
Yeah, even if it was a commercial holiday, I'm all about it, you know?
Like, all for it. I'm like, we send our kids out for Halloween to knock on people's door and say, give me candy.
Right, exactly.
You don't want to give someone you love I love you, a box of chocolates?
And a steak dinner.
Right.
And if you're a woman giving your man it rhymes with a slow job. Anyways, okay. So moving on to the movie. Okay, so it starts out with the Ashton Kutcher, right? So he wakes up early in the morning, which I just want to say right now, it's not really early in the morning because the sun is shining, everything's great and everything.
Can we talk about this real quick? Yeah. This is my problem. So it's Valentine's Day. He is a florist. Yet he looks like he's waking up at like 10 o'clock in the afternoon.
10 o'clock. I thought noon. I was like, it's noon.
I was like, and he's living with his girlfriend, who's Jessica Biel.
And Jessica Alba.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's so hot.
But Jessica Biel's in this too. She's
in it too. So many
agent,
Jessicas. Yeah.
I think. So yeah. So yes, Alba is who he lives with. And he proposes.
Yeah, which the ring, that ring, I would have said yes to.
So can we go? This is the second movie of the month, and we're already up to two proposals.
That's right. I totally forgot about that when there was a proposal last week. I totally forgot about that. Oh my goodness. That one.
And in this one, Jessica Alba's character's name is
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I just wrote Jessica Alba.
Marley?
Sure.
Something like that. Anyways.
Isn't that a dog movie, Marley and Me?
I think so. But she does the thing that Jennifer Love Hewitt's character from the last episode didn't do. She accepts the proposal just to deny it later.
Oh, right. Yeah. Which I was like, oh, that's so embarrassing.
And you know it's coming because you see the awkwardness of the proposal. But then when he goes to work and he starts telling everyone she said yes, they're surprised. And you're just like, oh shit, they know something he don't know.
Right. Which I personally thought was kind of a douchebaggy of his friends. Cause doesn't, gosh, what's her face? His other friend.
Jennifer Gardner?
Yeah, Jennifer Gardner. Cause I've met Jennifer Gardner before. I just want to say
shut up. When? How come I've never heard this story?
Well, when I say I've met Jennifer, okay, so this is what went down. I think she was in a movie that was filmed here in Grand Rapids where I live. And okay, so this is when I tell people that I met her, this is what happened, right? I'm crossing the street and we're both standing at the little crosswalk thing. And I noticed it was her. And of course I'm freaking out on the inside. And I just went like, I really like your movies. And she's like, thank you. And I was like, you're welcome. And then we walk across the street and I never saw her again. So that was the extent of me meeting Jennifer.
So I met Ashley Judd one time. Like I didn't really meet her. It was kind of the same thing. Like we were walking when she was married to the race car driver.
Oh yeah. What a bad choice.
We were at a race. And we were walking through like the area where the racers set up. And it was the same thing. She was walking this way and I was walking the other way. And when she went by, I was like, love your hat. Because she was wearing an adorable hat. But in the inside, I'm going,
that's the thing. I was like, I don't want to freak out on her because I've done that before to celebrities. But I was just like, I really like her movies. She was so nice.
Need to be on another list.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. She was very kind to somebody that was like, you know, nobody. Anyways, okay. So I thought it was really crappy that both her and what is that comedian's name that plays his little florist helper? George Lopez. Thank you. Look at you knowing all the names. I'm so bad with names.
Told you this is like this must have been the most expensive movie to make, or else somebody's blackmailing the shit out of these people.
These people had like what, 5 minutes tops. I mean, well, not George Lopez and Jennifer Garner, but Jessica Alba was in it for maybe like what, 5 minutes total,
which is really strange because that was back when she wasn't really, you know, she was just kind of
right on. So she says yes, they get in, they go to this flower like market. Yeah, flower mart, if that's what it was called. I don't remember.
It's like a farmer's market for like people who buy
and he's
food,
just all like
flowers.
Yeah, and he's like, I'll take all of these perennials or whatever they're called and everything. And I'm all like, don't you think the other florists want some of these, douchebag? I'm like,
did you not see that entire giant warehouse was nothing but flowers?
Yeah.
And he's not, this isn't a, oh, you need to sell some to your customers, but if I have all of them, they'll come to my business. This isn't, oh, you're right, we should share these.
Right, exactly. Okay.
He's running a business, not a charity.
So and he's being interviewed by Jamie Foxx, who does not want to be there because he had an argument. Because he had an argument with Kathy Bates about, he's like, I don't do fluff pieces. And she's like, you'll do whatever I say, fucker, because I'm your boss. Now get out there and interview some people.
And you can tell he is pissed.
He is pissed, which I was all like, good, because I really don't care for Jamie Foxx. So whatever. Anyways, so then there's a plane ride where we get Julia Roberts and Bradley Cooper.
Oh, delicious.
It's so delicious. She is amazingly cute. He's all right too. Anyways, so she has
they're both adorable.
They're both adorable. Anyway, so she and America's Sweetheart.
Right.
Although he plays a raccoon, which is just really much a giant rat. But anyway, so they're on this flight, and the flight attendant, I'm sorry, but the flight attendant is like boning up so hard for Bradley Cooper, which I get.
Like, can I just lift my skirt up and sit on your lap?
Exactly. That's the whole time I'm like, honey. Yeah, I'm like, honey, calm it down. All right. You are professional. And so they're like chit-chatting because she's laying on his shoulder or whatnot, drooling all over his shoulder, which is gross. And he's trying to close the window with his foot, which I'm like, dude, just move her head over. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay, I'm just going to say, if you're ever sitting next to me on a plane and you're drooling on my shoulder, I'm ringing the bell and going, he's touching me. He's touching me.
Right. Or just be like, can you close the window? I don't want to wake her up. She's a soldier and everything. So then she wakes up and of course she's all like, thank you and everything. So what's her face? Jennifer Garner's character, her boyfriend, who is Dr. McDreamy from Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. Patrick Dempsey. Oh, delicious.
He is delicious. Oh, I love Patrick Dempsey. But which, by the way, I just want to say right now, him and Dr. McSteamy, which is what's his name? It's like last name is Kane or something like that.
Eric Dane.
Eric Dane. There we go. Yep. He's in this movie too. And my wife watched this.
I'm going to say I fell in love with Patrick Dempsey as a kid. The first time I saw Can't Buy Me Love, I was like,
oh my God. Yeah, right. He's great. I love him.
Right.
But when I saw what was his name? Eric
Dane.
When I saw Eric Dane, I was like, is every member of Grey's Anatomy in this fucking movie? Because I was like, we got two of the hot doctors in here. So he is he's talking to Jennifer Garner, and they've obviously just got done doing the hibbity dibbity.
Right.
And she's like, I can't believe, and she's eating an apple, by the way, which I was like, oh, get the fuck out of here.
He's like
a heart surgeon,
pediatric cardiovascular surgeon.
Whatever you just said. Anyways, so
I watch a lot of Grey's Anatomy.
I don't. I haven't watched. Oh, gotcha. I haven't watched it since season 3. I don't watch anything without what's her face in it. What was the name? It doesn't matter. Anyways, okay, I'm sorry. We're getting off on a weird tangent. I am, at least. So she's like, I can't believe you're leaving me on Valentine's Day. And he's all like, sorry, I got to do a double bypass transplant on a heart surgery. And I'm all like, what the fuck's going on here? I was like, something's going on. I called his bag of bullshit real fucking quick. I was like,
even before he went to the florist, because he goes to, because she's best friends with Ashton Kutcher's character.
Right.
And he's on the news, and Patrick Dempsey's character sees the guy on the news, and he plugs his own florist. Duh, obviously.
Right.
And Patrick Dempsey goes there And I was like, you're the guy from TV, right? And he cuts the line again. What the fuck?
Oh
That
my
happened
God.
in the last movie
Oh,
too.
sister, I'm telling you right now, I cannot stand line cutters. Ooh, I would have
And the
been.
fact that he throws "I'm a heart surgeon"
Oh, I
in
know.
there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd be like, I'm over your big bag of bullshit, asshole.
if I was the person behind him, I was like, so you're here buying flowers and someone could be living.
Right,
If
exactly.
someone isn't dying right now that you could be saving their lives, go to the back of the line. And if they are, you're a dick for being here buying flowers.
Right on. So
Ugh.
then, I'm sorry, I'm reading my notes right now. They're a little jumbled up. Okay. So Jennifer Garner, she goes to the flower shop, right? And she's all talking about her boyfriend. He's left town or whatnot. And he's telling her, oh, my fiance said yes and everything.
Yeah.
And then she goes off to school because she's a teacher. And I'm like, of course she is. Can I say real quick? Oh, sorry, going back. Patrick Dempsey got her the crappiest gift. He got her a little wind-up toy that said "Be My Valentine." I was like, oh, what kind of a fucking gift is that? And then he sends her flowers. I was like, boo, these are
But he
horrible
also
gifts.
sends flowers too, because this is when we know he has a wife. And
Right on,
he
yeah.
asks Ashton Kutcher, oh, can you send flowers to this one and to this one, but please be discreet.
Right. And this is after he gets flowers from a little boy, which we have to talk about real quick, which we'll get into just a second. Okay.
Edison.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't remember that little kid's name.
That's
okay.
fine.
So he goes to this Ashton Kutcher's flower shop, right? And he orders flowers, but he only spends $13 on a $55 bouquet. And I'm all like, I would have said no, you don't have enough money, kid, but whatever. And
But he's also sending them to Jennifer Gardner.
Yes, he's sending them to Jennifer Garner, which we find out later and everything, because he loves her. And I'm like, oh, get out of here, nonsense. I'm like, you can't fuck her, kid. Come on, you're like 12
But
or
he's
whatever.
in what, like 5th grade, and it's his first crush or whatever.
I mean, I guess so. Whatever.
I don't
was in
know.
5th
I
grade
would
at
have
one
never
time
at that
too.
age
I
went for
understood
an
the
old
rules.
person, but I
What?
said
What
I
did you
never would have went with an old person.
Yeah, I knew the rules. Listen, I had a girlfriend in the 5th grade. I knew the rules. Bought her a nice necklace. I knew what was going down. Yeah, I knew. I love young love. Okay. So, so he goes and buys her flowers, right?
Yes.
And then we hop over to, so yeah, speaking, okay. So, what was his name? What was the little kid's
Edison?
name? Edison. Okay, we'll call him Edison. God, I can't remember all these names. There's too many names. I'm too drunk for this shit. He is at his house where his grandparents, which I have to ask a question about the grandparents, okay? Were they married, or was the grandpa like got married to the grandma after a while? Like they met after a while? I don't know. I got that a different relationship between the grandfather and the grandson.
I don't know. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I didn't pay attention. I
Because
just know Shirley MacLaine is married to what's his name?
I don't know. Bald man. Anyway, so he was okay. So the little kid is doing Valentine's Day, Valentine's.
Yeah.
And the grandma, she was all like, oh, he used to do this with his mother every Valentine's Day. Now, I want to be honest with you. Now, as soon as she said this, I was all like, oh, Bradley Cooper is his dad, and the mom died. So Bradley Cooper is trying to get home to his son to do, the Valentine's Day thing because his mom died. I was wrong on this. I just want to say that right now.
Very wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So now at this point, I'm not going to lie. My notes become a big jumbled mess because I was trying to do storyline by storyline. So it's going to be a hot fucking mess right now.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you wanted to do a storyline, you should have just broke up the characters into couples or something.
I did that after. Listen, honey, I was drunk for a while. After a while, I was just writing shit down. My notes, you should see my notes. They're a big fucking mess. It looks like I should put a ribbon in between each little with some little thumbtacks in between each one with some photos.
You're trying to do like a family tree of connecting.
That's exactly what it was. It's exactly what it was. Okay. So Edison ends up buying flowers for his teacher. And later on, we find out that Jennifer Garner is his teacher, and he bought the flowers for her, and those flowers did not get delivered. So
can we talk about why they didn't?
Oh, yes, we can talk. Oh, yeah, do it.
So George Lopez is Ashton Kutcher's delivery guy.
Yes.
And he is rear-ended by Eric Dane's character, who is a football
player. Yes.
Yeah, a famous football player.
Dr. McSteamy.
Yes. And when he rear ends the car, everything inside the van gets fucked up.
Yeah, it does.
And George Lopez, like, stuff's all over the road. He just starts chucking the stuff back in the van.
Right.
And it's like, it's all right. We'll get it taken care of. And I'm like, yeah, those people are never seeing their Valentine.
Yeah, I would have gave up by then. I'd be like, you know what? Sick day.
Yeah. Go on fishing. I'm out.
Right on. So then, okay. So then we find out that the little kid bought flowers for Julia, which is Jennifer Garner's character.
Yes.
So he bought the flowers for her, and then they weren't delivered because Ashton Kutcher's character was there to tell her that Dr. McDreamy was cheating on his wife with her, and she was the side chick.
The other woman.
Yeah, and she was going to take a flight to go to wherever he was to tell him that she loves him or whatever, and be with him on Valentine's Day or whatnot.
Yes.
So then later on, we find out that the little boy, Jennifer Garner's all like, why don't you give it to somebody that you really like, because these flowers are beautiful. Yes. He ends up giving it to this little Indian girl because there's
she's so adorable.
She is adorable. The party is taking place in her mother's restaurant, which we'll find out. We'll talk about that later.
So we'll get to why there's a party.
There's a party, which I thought was fun, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm like,
it was fun and depressing at the
same time. Oh, ain't that the truth? Okay. So, and then, so he has a happy ending.
Yes.
So, and then later on,
Julia Roberts is Edison's mom. She's the one trying to get home to spend Valentine's Day with her son.
Yeah, because she only has, she has to get there. She can spend 24 hours with him, and then she has to head back to wherever she is.
Because she's in the Army and she only has like 72 hours leave, but she has to travel from some undisclosed location.
Yeah, exactly. So then we find out that the little boy's babysitter, who is played by
Emma Roberts.
Yes, who I love. Love. She's so great.
I do actually like her storyline because it did make me laugh a lot.
Yes, because she is trying to lose her virginity to her boyfriend
before she goes to college.
Yeah,
right?
which I want to say real quick, two things. One, I love Emma Roberts, and two, when you try to plan losing your virginity, it never works out. So don't plan it, because it never works out. It always ends up sucking.
Nothing intimate goes well when it's planned. Like, it's one thing if you're like, oh, we're gonna go to dinner, we're gonna do this, and then the kids aren't gonna be home till then, so we've got to squeeze it in. That's fine. Like, you're just saying the day, you're like, oh, we're gonna do something. You're not doing it. But when you're planning out like something big like that, you should just know the universe is gonna be like, oh, you think you are, bitch, watch this. Your mom's coming home from work early.
Right. Yeah, no. Which her boyfriend, Alex, which I did write down his character's name. He goes over to her house when she's not there, which I right then I was all like, your plan's not gonna work because you don't go over to the house when nobody's there.
But they planned to go to their house because both her parents work, and she thought she knew where both her parents were going to be.
Yeah, which he should have waited until she got there before she did anything. That's what I would have done. I would have waited outside. So his whole
plan was to be playing his guitar naked when she walks in.
Yeah, and I'm all like, this is a horrible plan. And I'm all like, oh, it's so horrible.
Because let's be honest. Everyone thinks they look like a porn star when they're naked.
Oh, ain't that the truth?
You don't.
You don't. You
look awkward, and no position is attractive, and you're throwing a guitar into the mix. just looks like you're a perv or a creepy kid or something. And he totally comes off that way when her mom walks in.
Yeah, and his song was not that amazing, if you get what I'm saying. Anyways, so I mean, he might as well have wrote Hickory Dickory Dock, okay? So then her mom comes in and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And he comes up with some lame ass story that I'm like, I wouldn't have believed that.
He likes to play the guitar naked sometimes.
Yeah, which is so weird. I'm all like, just stop talking and just get out of the fucking house, which he did. But I was like,
you should have just grabbed your shit and ran without a word.
Right. So so weird. So then the little boy, okay, so his grandparents, right? They end up having, okay, so they're in a relationship, right? And they go, and then the old lady, grandma, she admits to grandpa that she had an affair back in the day because a neighbor came over and he was like being really nice to her and she lost her virginity to him. And he thought that they had lost their virginity to each other. And I'm all like, oh, that's a deal fucking breaker right there.
That's a huge
lie.
And like,
it's so huge. Yeah, and he forgives her. I'm sorry. I don't care. After 50 years, if that's a huge lie, like, I lost my virginity to you.
Take that shit to the grave.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? You take that shit to the grave. But she was all of a sudden
told that lie long enough. It is now the truth. Stick with
yes, sister. Yes. I'm all like, that's insane. I would have never said that out loud. But yeah, so and then he goes to, which we find out later on, him and Topher Grace, they go to like a graveyard movie thing, which I was like, this is
that's a thing, like in California.
It's weird. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's weird. Where you take blankets and stuff and you buy tickets and you go and sit and watch a movie in a cemetery.
Yeah, which is weird. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, if that's your thing, weird, but whatever. Do your thing. Do you?
Whatever floats your boat.
And she shows up in a long flowing gown.
But she used to be an actress, and it's her movie on the screen.
Oh, is it? Okay, good.
Yes.
Gotcha. I didn't get that from it. I was just like, what is going on here? She looks like a fucking weird ghost thing with her long flowing veil and shit and everything.
No. She's an old school Hollywood actress, and that's her black and white movie on the screen.
I didn't know that because maybe I missed that part.
It does make it a little less crazy now, right?
Yeah, it does make it less crazy because I was like, what's going on here?
Because she's being super dramatic about it.
Yeah, she is. So, okay. So, and then they make up at the end. Okay. So, okay. So Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner, they are high school friends of Emma Roberts and then Alex. I don't remember the actor's name on that.
Yes, and the Jamie Foxx. Is it Jamie Foxx that's there doing the news? No, it's another guy doing the news.
Yeah, because he took over for Jamie Foxx because Jamie Foxx had something else to do, something important.
Because he had to get to the Eric Dane press conference.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so
I'm like you. My notes have a lot going on.
Yeah, my notes are all over the fucking place at this point in time because I was drinking and I was like, whatever.
So he's doing a segment on teenage
Valentine. And Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner, which I just want to say Taylor Lautner is from Grand Rapids, Michigan, where I live. Anyways, I'm from. Anyways, so
he is on the cross country team, right?
She's on the
dance team.
Dance team. That's right. Which
can I just say, I love her character because you can tell she's so overacting it that it's hysterical.
I want to say this right now. Taylor Swift is a horrible actress. Come at me, fuckers. Come at me real hard.
Swifties will hate you. But
I don't fucking care.
Overdoing it on purpose.
Oh, please. Her newest album was trash. It all sounded the same. Come at me, fuckers.
Will put you.
Come at me. I can take it.
My two youngest girls are such huge Swifties, and their dad goes above and beyond that. They call him Dad Swiftie.
Gotcha.
No joke. When the new whole Ticketmaster thing happened for her.
Oh, that was good. I loved that.
We had 3 or 4 parents, all of us on the internet at the same time trying to get tickets. I was Denver. One mom was Boston. Ooh. One was Minneapolis. Another one was Seattle, whatever. We got Boston and Minneapolis tickets. So the girls are going here and then they're going to Boston to see Taylor. You have no idea. My kid had a 17th birthday party that was Mirror Ball themed because of the song Mirror Ball. Just crazy. Okay. I live with huge Swifties. So they will disown you.
Oh, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Taylor Swift
absolutely love her character because first of all, she's all like, we love each other so much. And I'm on the dance team 5, 6, 7, 8. And then she does the exact same 4 dance moves the
Right.
whole time, every time she's on camera. And then Taylor Lautner gives her that big ass bear that's like from the carnival that costs you $200 in tickets.
Right.
Yeah. I was just like, this is hysterical, because you could tell Taylor Lautner's taking this role like, this is my role. I'm playing a teenage jock, run cross country. And she's all like, nah, I'm doing it super huge and just going all out over the top. And she totally does.
Right on. Yeah. Right on. So Taylor Swift is a bad actress. I'm just gonna say that right now. She should quit that portion.
She can't be good at everything. And trust me, she makes enough money from her Swifties. She doesn't need to be an actress too.
Just stick to writing the same song over and over again 12 times and putting it on an album, sweetie. That's the best you can do. Okay, no more movies for you. What'd you say?
I said Cats wasn't good. I have no
Cats.
problems.
Yeah, no, she's a terrible actress. Listen, I'll stick to that 100%. And I'm
You're
sorry.
die on that
what was
hill,
that name of that Forest Green or whatever that one? What was that called? That Forest album? Folklore. What a fucking shitty album. Oh my God. Fuck you, Taylor Swift. Waste of, what did I pay for that on iTunes? What a waste of money.
$14.99 probably.
Oh, it was worthless. Okay. That's what I didn't, because it was shit. Okay. Then this last one, there's a couple good ones, but it's the same song just rewritten over and over. Anyways, okay. Now that I'm done.
Side note over. So
yeah, side note over of my shitting on Taylor Swift.
So now we're gonna move off. So the two
Taylor Lautner, you should have done that sequel to Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh,
there, I shit on you.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Me too.
Oh,
all right,
God,
my kids love that sequel movie.
They love that movie.
Yeah. Okay. So then we go over to Dr. McSteamy, right?
McSteamy.
So he is a football player, and he's got something where he's like a free agent in football, and they're like, is he going to retire or is he not going to retire?
Because he's making a huge announcement. That's
he's
all
making a
he
huge
said.
announcement. And you find out that
Queen Latifah and Jessica Biel, one of them is his agent and the other one is his PR.
Yeah, person. Jessica Biel is his PR, and then the other one, Queen Latifah is his agent. Yes. Okay. And she is the queen of Latifah.
Yes. Right.
Yes. So he makes an announcement, and the announcement is he's gay. And I was like, oh,
and he's declaring his love to Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, which I want to just say right now, I did not call that at the end, because when Bradley Cooper gave his limo to Julia Roberts to get home to her son, I was like, look at you, Bradley Cooper. You're a gentleman in real life, and you're a gentleman in a fucking movie. Okay, look at you. So, yes. So, and speaking of that, we're going to talk about Jessica Biel's character, because that's the extent of his character. He's gay.
Right.
And
yeah, we're done with McSteamy. He does not appear.
Yeah, and
or
Bradley
Cooper the rest of the movie.
We're done with both of them.
So now Jessica Biel's character is anti-Valentine's Day.
She hates Valentine's Day.
Hates it. So then she throws a non-Valentine's Day, a single Valentine's
an anti-Valentine's Day
Valentine's Day party at an Indian restaurant, where they hold it every year, because at one point the little girl tells Edison in school that she's working at her parents' restaurant because there's the Valentine's Day haters party or whatever it's called.
Yes. And which the party looked like fun and everything, but it also looked, like you said before, it looked like a big mess. So she throws a big party, but she ends up with Jamie Foxx at the end. Like, she's all talking to him like, hey, how you doing?
Well, and she thinks nobody's coming to her party either, because she's there for a while, and then all of a sudden all these people start, like, their plans fell through, or they had the same date with the same guy or whatever.
Yeah. Or that one guy, which we'll find out later, Topher Grace. That restaurant that Topher Grace and Anne Hathaway go to is ridiculous. I want to talk about that in just 1 second, but we need to talk about this real quick. Yeah. And then we get Queen Latifah, who she becomes a phone dominatrix. I don't know what's going on with her character. It's so weird. She's in it for like a hot minute and then she's out.
Yeah. So her character is really into being the agent of this, but her assistant is Anne Hathaway. Secretary, whatever, is Anne Hathaway, who supplements her income by being a phone sex dominatrix or just an aggressive phone sex talker. Right. I don't know.
Which all
which
her
Topher,
accents drove me fucking
oh
mental.
God,
I don't
I
know
was
about
like,
you.
please tell me these guys know that's fake because that's not real,
Yeah,
girl.
exactly. She's like, all right, you ready to get whipped, you little
Yeah.
bad boy? And I'm all like, oh, I could do this shit. It's not hard.
And
Um,
her and Topher Grace have just started dating, but they're hitting it off.
yes. And
he thinks that she's got like someone on the side, but they're not exclusive or whatever yet. But it's really
yes,
just her other job.
right. Which I don't know about you, but I would totally be okay if my wife was a phone sex operator. Be like, oh, hey, listen, make your money, honey. Just as long as you're not being
If it
penetrated,
was
I'm
a
good.
thing still, I would
Yeah.
totally do it. I would sit in a
Yeah.
closet in my basement.
It's still a thing, but from what I understand, it's very competitive. And like she was getting like, you know how she left dinner? Okay, I watched a documentary, right? She left dinner to get to, I know, right? You're all like, I'm interested.
Yeah,
She
tell
left
me
dinner
more.
to answer this call, apparently. So it's so competitive because it's a very niche, small market that you have to answer your phone right on the dot. Like you have to, if you're in the store, you have to you have to run out of the fucking store to your car so you can be quiet or
Well, I would
whatnot.
assume it's very competitive now because there are cam girls. So not only can you get them to
Right.
talk to you, but you can visually see them. So you have to
Yes.
be
So
really good at
yeah.
verbal
Yeah.
communication, wink,
So
wink,
yeah,
to
so I
have,
totally understood her point of view. And I didn't understand Topher Grace. He got all mad about it, and I was like,
because I think he thought that she was in another relationship. Like he didn't get,
oh, get over yourself, Topher Grace, you piece of shit.
right. Yeah. I was
You're
just
not even
like,
that
make your
hot.
money, girl, because I would totally do it.
Yeah. All right, real
Totally.
quick, I want to talk about that restaurant they went to for Valentine's Day.
That
Okay,
had
because
like 50 tables that
they
only
packed
sat two on top of each other.
yeah, they pack those motherfuckers in like sardines. And I'm talking like sardines. Like, I'm all like, he drank somebody else's water at one point in time.
So these tables are so close together. Unless you're a size 0 female, you are not squeezing between them. And you're still knocking, your ass is still going to bump the guy's shoulder as you're squeezing past.
Yeah, it was
They're that close.
yeah, it was I was like, this is I would have left. I would have
Yeah,
left. But he tried. He tried his
he
best.
did.
They end up together at the end, which I was like, okay, whatever.
Because
I
he
can.
goes back after he flips out over the phone sex call.
Yes.
He goes to her house and apologizes. And the I want to know, how did the one guy, that the one phone sex customer, how did he call the work number? Because she had a cell phone.
Oh, right. That's an excellent. I didn't even think about that.
And
You
Queen
little
Latifah,
hooker.
it's in my notes. Otherwise, I
You
wouldn't
little
have remembered.
hooker. I didn't even
And
think about that.
Queen Latifah, answers the phone and grabs her
Oh
little
yeah.
uh
I don't have anything to snap
rubber
right
band
now.
ball
Yes.
and snaps it
Yeah.
to
So
go to be like a whip. Like,
I think I broke my phone.
that was not loud at all. I can't do that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. She's like,
So
are
I'm like,
you
what?
ready? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
whatever the guy's name was. And I just went, well, that makes no sense because she took the calls on her cell phone, not her work phone.
Yeah. No, that makes.
She's not an idiot.
Yeah, stop making sense. You know,
Sorry, I'll take another
you
drink.
should have yeah, exactly. Drink. You should have wrote this movie because those assholes didn't think about this stuff. Okay.
I think I would have been excellent at editing because
Yeah, you would have because
I'm all the time like, wait, he had his coat off. Now it's back on. What the
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So then Julia Roberts, she arrives home to see her son to wake him up and be like, "Hey, I made it home after you're asleep. Happy Valentine's Day."
I'll make you heart-shaped pancakes tomorrow before you go to school, and I get back on a plane to do it all over again.
Right. Right. Which I just want to be like, what's your job that you can't and everything? Taylor and Taylor, they go back to their like Taylor Swift's house. That is an apartment building, and
Yep.
they make out. Anyways, that was weird.
That's all they do is make out, and she says 5, 6, 7, 8 and does her 4 dance moves.
Yes. So Jessica Biel and Ashton Kutcher, they end up together because they realize that they're perfect for each other.
Jennifer Gardner.
What did I say?
Biel.
Oh yeah, Jennifer Gardner. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Jessica ends up with Fox.
Yeah, Jessica Biel, and she goes to the station where Jamie Foxx is. Jennifer Garner and Ashton Kutcher end up together because they're best friends and they realize that they were meant to be together the whole time.
And it's because of movies like this that make people think guys and girls can't be friends.
Right, exactly. Which I'm all like, whatever. Emma Roberts and Alex. I don't remember the actor's name. Anyways,
He's a
they
nobody. I don't
decide
know.
that they're gonna wait to have sex, which it's really just Emma Roberts decides that they're gonna wait because I'm all like, oh, just jump on that bandwagon, honey.
There's
Um,
a there's a comedian. Side note, guys, because
tell
I
me,
blame it on the alcohol. So side
do
note,
it, do it.
there's a comedian that makes a joke about sex and equating it to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like she's like, if I really want to know if a guy's a good guy and he's interested in me, I tell him I don't want to have sex right away. I want to wait. And if he says, that's cool, it's fine. It's like, now I want to have sex more. So I do it now. I call it the gobstopper test. And I say, I don't want to have sex. And he says, no, that's cool. We can wait. I'm like, you what, Charlie? Now come into my chocolate factory. I absolutely love that
Right
analogy. And
on,
I'm like, that's amazing. She is awesome.
right on. And then, oh, I forgot to mention this because I have it in my notes. I personally like Jennifer Garner, how she handled the situation when she confronted Dr.
Oh,
McDreamy at the restaurant.
because he had reservations at a restaurant that one of the parents from her school is like the general manager of. Oh,
Yes.
that was amazing. That I was like, man, I wish I knew more people and could do. I don't have bad stuff like that happen to me because I don't have affairs, but still, it'd be really cool to
Yeah,
see
no,
happen.
and then she bought food and she charged it to him and
Yeah,
everything. I was like, that's good. That's good because he can't say anything.
yeah, it's awesome.
I think we went through everything. I can't think of anything else that we missed out.
I think we hit all of the relationships and everybody's characters and how they ended up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right.
Yeah, and there are other movies like the same people that wrote this movie did New Year's Eve
Oh,
and
yeah.
Mother's
Great.
Day.
Great. We should do those movies at some point in time, but we're not doing them tonight.
No, there is we've already had too much alcohol.
Right on, for sure.
Okay. So, would you recommend this movie?
I'm gonna say, I mean,
I'm
sure.
divided. If you're one of those people that can connect characters easily and follow storylines when there's like 5 or 6 going on, great. If you're not, which it's a good thing I seen this sober because otherwise I would not have been able to.
Oh, you're
I
lucky. I
would
didn't see
say
this sober.
no. No, if you're not good at that.
I'm gonna say no because I found this to be more of a waste of time than anything. I just like I wasn't bad. It was just I wish I would have preferred if we weren't doing it for this podcast. I wouldn't have watched it.
Yeah,
So
see, and I kind of feel that way because the Mother's Day movie, like the New Year's Eve, is very similar to this, and I'm not a fan. The Mother's Day one I like. It's funnier. There's less storylines that so they got more in depth with them, and it has a ton of the same characters that are in this, like Edgar, Hector, whatever his name is, he's in it. Julia Roberts. There's a bunch of people and stuff, and then there's new people. So, anyways, all right. If you have nothing else you want to say about this movie, we're going to move on to our next segment, which are our questions.
Dollar.
All right. So, what is your question?
Mine is very simple. What was your favorite storyline from this movie?
I went with it wasn't really like a couple storyline. It was just two actresses. I liked the Anne Hathaway Queen Latifah storyline on how she was her assistant because she thought she was hiding what she was doing from Queen Latifah, but she knew the whole time. And it was quite comical to watch her be on a phone sex call and then be like, thank you for calling blah blah blah's office. How may I connect your call? Oh, bend over and spank that ass. You know what I
Right
mean?
on. Right on.
So I thought that was great.
Right on. Well,
What
my
about you?
favorite was Julia Roberts and the little boy storyline. I just liked it because she was like a parent and everything, and I liked how. Plus, I was wrong on it, so I didn't realize that she was going to be Edgar's mom. So I was like, "Ooh, that's fun."
It's Edison, not Edgar.
Whatever,
Edgar's
you know
his
what I
grandpa.
meant. Whatever. Okay, fuck off. I don't write down names. Okay, you little
You could
stupid
just pull up
bitch.
IBD and
I'm not gonna do that right now.
IMDb
Yeah,
and have
right.
the
I can
cast
barely handle
listed.
this Zoom call, let alone IMDb on top of it.
Oh,
All right,
I
what's your
get it.
question?
So my question is just a basic one. What is your favorite Julia Roberts movie? Like the one that if you were stranded on a desert island and only could watch one Julia Roberts movie for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Pretty Woman.
Huh?
Pretty Woman.
Oh,
I love Pretty Woman. I love it because
movie, but it is not the one that I would watch for the rest of my life.
Well, that's fine. But Pretty Woman, yeah, because I love the part where she's all like, he brings her back to the hotel and he's like, I'm not gonna fuck you right away. And then he's like sitting there and she's watching, I Love Lucy. And then all of a sudden he's just like, yo, I'm ready. And she like starts blowing him. I'm all like, that's what I'm talking about. And then like she goes down at one point in time and he's playing the piano. And then all of a sudden he just like, he takes her on the piano and he's all like fucking her. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, in the ballroom of the hotel.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck that whore. She's a whore. And then she's like a whore that becomes like rich. I'm like, yeah, it's like a story.
In love with her.
Yeah, I'm like, that's
like
so
when you hear about strippers that met their husband at work.
That's the thing. I'm like, I wouldn't fall in love with a whore, but good for you. I mean, she sings in the bathtub.
Way to be able to overlook her career choice.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to. I'd be like, how many dicks you had in you? That's gross. Anyways, so but I just want to also say that Walkman that she has when she's listening and she's like, I just want your extra time and yo. Tease. I just want to say that what did you say?
I love that part.
I love that part. I just want to say I had that Walkman and those headphones and everything. Anyways, go ahead. Your turn.
Oh my gosh, those headphones. I'm not kidding you. Side note again. I had those headphones and one time, I don't remember what I was doing, but I was like rubbing the foam stuff on my lip. And when I took it down, it had stained my lips like black.
That's probably not very good. All right, what's your favorite Julia Roberts movie?
So my favorite Julia Roberts movie is probably it's a good blockbuster, but it's probably lesser known than Pretty Woman. It's Notting Hill.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
I love it so much where she's the actress and falls in love with the travel bookstore owner.
Which is such a weird choice.
It's a very niche of a market.
No wonder they went out of business.
Maybe in London, that's a big thing.
I doubt it. It's not a big thing anywhere.
No, because remember they're doing the books multiple times and they're like, ew, ooh. And remember he makes the joke, I'm only half a cappuccino. I can't afford a full one. So
like, maybe I'll go crazy and order an orange juice.
Right. I just love I love the characters in that movie. Spike is amazing.
Oh, Spike.
If I ever had to have a roommate, I want them to be just like Spike.
Yeah, or when she's like, I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love me. And I'm like, oh, get the fuck out of here.
And then Spike's like, are you a fucking idiot? Like Spike's the only one saying what they're thinking. Like you daft prick, I think is what he says or something.
Yeah, and I love when the sister meets the girlfriend for the first time and she's like, oh fuck. She's like, I just want you to know that I love you with every fiber of my being or some crap like that. And I'm all like, that's so funny because that's how I would act.
We could be best friends. And she's like restraining order tomorrow.
Yeah, and then Julia Roberts like, oh lucky me. And she's like, and I was like, you're a psycho.
Julia Roberts give her a gift. And she's like, look, we're already best friends.
Yeah, no, I do like that movie also. That's a good choice. That's a good choice.
Alrighty. So do you have anything else you would like to add about this?
I have nothing else to add to this movie.
Are you sure? Not a thing? Not a peep? Nothing?
Not a peep.
Alrighty. Well, then, thank you guys so much for listening. And if you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or if you get your podcast from anywhere that lets you leave a review, please leave us a 5-star positive review. It really does help small podcasts like us. Yes. If you are listening to us on or watching us on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button as well as the little bell that will let you know when we've uploaded a new episode. We truly do appreciate it. If you want to stay updated on everything we're doing, we put out fun facts about our movies. We sometimes do polls. We sometimes ask stupid questions to each other or send little videos. Follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Movie Pod to stay updated on all of our shenanigans. And most of all, please remember to join us next time to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, guys.
Bye.